Hey, Tim Leffel here. We're going to talk about suitcases. The airlines keep raising their baggage fees, and for the ones that still allow you to bring a carry-on, that could save you a lot of money. A lot of the legacy airlines, if you don't buy the dreaded economy, basic economy ticket, you can still bring on your carry-on, and if you pack light, you'll be in good shape. So I'm going to talk about 4 kinds of carry-on bags. This one's the best, in my opinion, for most travelers. You want a 2-wheel bag, and the reason is these are like rollerblade wheels, inline skate wheels. They're rugged, they're dependable, they're going to last you for a decade or more, and these will go over cobblestones, flagstones, uneven surfaces. You can wheel it down a dirt road even, and you'll be okay. These will let you hold between 38 and 45 liters usually. This one's 45, it's from Osprey, the Sojourn. Got a nice handle here. This one actually has backpack straps on the back. I don't use those very often, but if you got to go up a bunch of steps, that could be useful. We'll talk about steps more in a minute. But anyway, very smooth. You got to pull it behind you. You can't walk it like a dog, like you can with the 4-wheel ones. But this kind of suitcase will last you a long time, and it's a good compromise between a backpack and a suitcase. So highly recommend a bag like this from Osprey, Eagle Creek, Briggs & Riley, one of the companies that will give you a lifetime warranty. Some of the Travel Pro bags will, but not all. Okay, the next kind of carry-on bag is a backpack. This one is from Tortuga. They make these specifically to be carry-on size, even for European airlines. It's, I think, 45 liters, 40 liters, something like that. Not a ton, so if you're going to backpack around the world with just a carry-on, be advised you got to pack lightly and do a lot of laundry. But this is great because it weighs next to nothing, first of all, but also you strap these on. They've got support straps here for your waist, and you can go anywhere. You can go upstairs, you can go up mountain passes, do some hiking if you need to. You can get to your hotel no matter where it is. You don't have to worry about what the surface is like, because you've got this on your back. This is the most popular kind of carry-on suitcase you'll find these days, the spinner suitcase, the 4-wheeled suitcase that has wheels that spin around, so it's a spinner. These are very popular because they look cool, they're nicely designed, sometimes they're colorful, and as long as you're on even surfaces, like in an airport or a hotel, they're great. So if you're just going on a cruise, or you're going to a resort, or you're just on a business trip and you're going from the airport to the hotel and back, then this kind of suitcase is fine. The problem is these wheels are tiny every time, inevitably. They're kind of fragile, even on this expensive suitcase I got from the manufacturer because I was reviewing it. This one's like $600, so these wheels are well made, but they're still small, and I see them all the time in the city where I live, Guanajuato, Mexico, because we have a lot of cobblestones and pavers and uneven surfaces, and these things are breaking all the time because they're not meant for that. They're just meant for smooth surfaces. They don't even do well on carpet a lot of the times. So don't buy a suitcase like this if you're going to go traveling around the world and have lots of adventures, because it's just not a good match. It's good if you're just doing normal travel in airports, hotels, tile hallways, that kind of thing. This is a Tom Bihn Aeronaut. I can actually stuff a little more in this than I can in that, but I don't think this would make the cut to get into the sizers at some of those European airlines. It's fine in the US, but sometimes it's a little bit of a push there. I like how it has these extra pockets on the side because you can put shoes in here and then put the rest of your clothes in the middle. And this is sort of meant to be carried with this shoulder strap. So you'll see a lot of business travelers with these. They have it slung over their shoulder because they can move faster through the airport. They don't have to drag something behind them. But obviously you got to be in decent shape and you can't have a bad back and that kind of thing. This does have built-in backpack straps here. I almost never use them, but they're here. Like if I got somewhere and needed to go up a bunch of steps, I could just sling it over my back and be good. This company, Tom Bihn, you cannot find them on Amazon or any of the online retailers. they only sell direct in order to keep the price down. Another company like that is Red Ox, OXX, and both of these are assembled in the USA, so you know they're trying to keep jobs stateside instead of just having it all done in Asia. So they do cost a little bit more, but they're guaranteed basically as long as you live, unless you abuse them. I've had this one for 15 years now and I'm still using it. So, you know, it's really well made. I've used this on a lot of trips, very happy with it. You'll find some other brands out there and some no-name ones on Amazon, but you know, I tend to go with the big brands because you can trust them. They usually have a good warranty. The first suitcase I showed from Osprey, guaranteed for life. Same with Eagle Creek. I've actually returned their stuff and gotten a new one or gotten it fixed. They've sent me wheels for when the rubber has come off after a while. So, you know, it's good to spend a little more and get qualities. You don't want it crapping out on you when you're halfway around the world. So I mentioned this was from Tortuga. Other companies you might want to look at are Deuter, D-E-U-T-E-R, they're a German company. Kelty. Osprey makes packs, so there's a whole bunch of other ones out there, but you got to get the carry-on size. If you're traveling to Europe, you want the European carry-on size. It's a little bit smaller. Usually in the US it's 45 linear inches when you add the 3 dimensions together. Same in Canada, same in Mexico, but like I said, you can run into trouble in Asia and Europe if you don't have the right size. So those are the 4 main categories. Like I said, the old spinner suitcase is the most popular, but it's not necessarily the most practical, so I don't use one very often. I much more frequently use the 2-wheel suitcase because that will do me in any situation, but I don't have to put it on my back.